Welcome to our Olympic Club presentation. For the past year, we have met twice a week before school starts to learn about the history, traditions, stories, and symbols of the Olympic Games. We have learned how archaeology has helped us to understand the events that were held at the ancient Olympic Games. We learned how the ancient Olympic Games were used to honor Zeus and showcase the skills of Greek warriors. We learned how Pierre de Coubertin used his political influence to recreate the Games.
Throughout the year, we've watched sports films, discussed the performances of athletic achievements, and debated the issues that have accompanied the Games. We discussed the reasons for Olympic boycotts. We debated ways to address cheating in sports. We studied the advantages that a country secures when hosting an Olympic Games. We considered whether the cost of hosting the Olympic Games justified their purpose. We identified ways of reforming the Games to meet the challenges of our planet.
In our Olympic Club, we have used art to further explore our understanding of the Games. We have created this artwork as a gift to Athletics Canada and their athletes to prepare to leave for Tokyo. Each koi fish in this pond has the names of Canadian athletes that will represent us. We wish them the best of luck. We would now like to ask each member of our Olympic Club to share some of their favorite moments participating in this club. Thank you.
This year in Olympic Club, we learned about Olympic stuff. We researched things and watched some videos of the opening and closing ceremonies. These were really fun to watch because they looked really cool, like lighting the Olympic torch to trigger a mechanism that started something else. It's not like the opening and closing ceremonies at school, but you will have to go to Olympic Club to find out why. We made smaller posters, and I drew a bonsai tree because the Olympics are being hosted in Tokyo this year. My favorite activity was making koi fish with the athletes' names on them. These fish will be put on a giant poster of which a picture will be taken of and sent to Athletics Canada. I had fun in Olympic Club.
Hey guys, it's Mana. During the past 2 terms in Olympic Club, we've done a lot and heard a lot of stories. Like Betty Robinson, aka the girl who came back from the dead. She was a gold medalist, then after got in a very bad plane crash. Then a few years later, won another gold medal. Olympic Club has been amazing with all the laughs and all the good and sad stories. Olympic Club is just getting better and better, and it is sad to see it end. But trust me, it's been one of my favorite clubs that I've ever joined. Also, one of my favorite things was watching videos of the opening and closing ceremonies. They're fun to watch, and they are really creative and awesome. So all I'm trying to say is Olympic Club has been amazing.
My favorite thing in Olympic Club was when Mr. Barber told the story of Abiy Bikila and how he was the king of Ethiopia's bodyguard during the 70s coup of Ethiopia. The most famous marathon he participated in, he ran barefoot, which is unimaginable, seeing as how the pavement would have been very hot and he would have had a hard time winning. But despite all that, he won. My favorite opening ceremony was at the London 2012 Olympics with James Bond and the Queen.
This year in Olympic Club, I have learned from and enjoyed stories about Canadian athletes. One of my favorite in particular, Abiy Bikila. I admire him because even though his life was on the line to win, he still ran the marathon with hope and courage, and won. I'd like to thank SMU's very own PE teacher, Mr. Barber, for inspiring us and taking the time to teach us about Olympic history. Thank you for listening.
This year in Olympic Club, I think my favorite things were probably the stories. We learned about how Abiy Bikila ran in the Olympics barefoot. We also learned about Betty Robinson, who came back from the dead. Every Olympic Club we learned something. A piece of history about how the opening ceremonies are made and how they light the Olympic torch or all the Olympic symbols. Olympic Club will probably be a highlight of my grade 5 year.
This year in Olympic Club, we learned lots of things. One of the things we learned about was a man called Abiy Bikila. Abiy Bikila was a man who was the bodyguard of the king of Ethiopia. The king told Abiy to run a race, and if Abiy didn't win, the king would kill him. But Abiy ran barefoot and won the race. Another thing we learned about was the motto, Citius, Fortius, Altius. Citius means faster, Fortius means stronger, and Altius means higher. This year, Olympic Club was very fun, and every Thursday and Tuesday I look forward to the movies.
This year in Olympic Club, I've learned about Japanese culture, athletes, and watched many videos about different sports and Paralympic athletes. I have enjoyed learning about the Olympic symbols, the Olympic opening ceremonies, like the bow and arrow one, and a bit of history of Mr.'s running career on YouTube. Thank you for teaching me in Olympic Club this year, Mr. Barber.
In Olympic Club, I especially enjoyed listening to many different stories.
My favorite story was the one about Betty Robinson, the girl who came back from the dead. I like how she was very resilient and won the Olympic Games even though she was badly injured. Another thing I learned was the motto Sidious Altius Fortius, which means faster, higher, stronger. Another highlight was making the koi fish. It was very fun thinking of different colors and designs to draw on the koi. Olympic Club was a blast and I'm really glad I joined.
Hi, my name is Isaac. This year Olympic Club was a blast. I've learned lots about the Olympic symbols like the dove, Olympic rings, opening and closing ceremonies, the oath, raising flag, and the motto Sidious Altius Fortius, which means faster, higher, stronger. I also enjoyed learning about Japanese culture and koi fish. One of my favorite things I learned in Olympic Club was making koi fish with names on them. Thank you, Mr. Barber, for making this club possible.
Hi, I'm Madeline, and this year in Olympic Club, I learned about the opening Olympic ceremonies. I really loved the opening ceremony in London because it showed how the land has evolved. I also really liked the story of Betty Robinson. I loved how she showed perseverance and she never gave up. My favorite Olympic symbol is the dove. I feel as though the dove is a symbol of peace, happiness, and hope. I also loved the Olympic poster that we made. We worked on it all year. I will really miss the Olympic Club and all of the people part of it. Thank you for listening. Go Team Canada.
One of the things I learned in Olympic Club was when Mr. Barber told us about stories about talented athletes like Johnny Weissmuller. Johnny Weissmuller was a famous athlete because he won 5 gold medals. All of these medals were earned in swimming. Johnny got so popular that Hollywood hired him to be Tarzan. I liked making koi fish, which was put on a poster. We took a picture of the poster and sent it to Athletics Canada. Thank you, Mr. Barber, for hosting Olympic Club. I have learned many new things about the Olympics.
Hi, I'm Ava. This year in Olympic Club, my favorite activity was drawing the Olympic rings and learning about Siltius, Altius, and Fortius, which means faster, higher, stronger. 2 of my favorite athletes are Derek Druvin and Betty Robinson. Derek Druvin is a world-breaking high jumper, and Betty Robinson is a runner. Fortunately, she got in a plane crash, and everyone thought she was dead. But she came back and won the gold medal. Olympic Club was one of my favorite things in the junior school. Thanks for listening.
This year, my favorite part of Olympic Club was making the Tokyo 2020 posters. That was a fun project because everyone did something different and you could use bright colors. One thing I learned this year was the story of Zola Budd and Mary Decker. Everyone thought Mary Decker would win, but Zola Budd won. At first, Mary Decker was mad, but eventually they made up. Those are some of the many things I learned this year from the Olympic Club. Thank you.
One of my favorite things that we learned in Olympic Club is Mr. Barber teaching us cool Olympic stories about athletes that broke the world record. Also, my favorite story was about a girl running in an all-men's running race. And in the story, the people said this girl was a ghost named Stamata Ravithi, also known as Melpomene. I learned that one of the biggest problems in the Olympics was cheating. My favorite activity was making the picture of the athlete Melissa Bishop. I think the Olympic Club has taught me a lot more about sports and the Olympics. Hi, my name is Ashana. Olympic Club was fantastic this year. I loved it when Mr. Barber told us a story about Stamata, the girl ghost that ran in the Olympic Games in 1896. Mr. Barber also told us a story about Betty Robinson. She ran in the Olympic Games and won a gold medal. Then she got into a plane crash. Everybody thought she was dead, but she was not. She was seriously injured. After she recovered, she ran in the Olympic Games again. She won the gold medal in the relay because the Germans dropped the baton. It is really sad to see this club end after all the good memories we have had. But I hope a couple years from now, the students that will join this club will enjoy it as much as I did. I'm looking forward to watching the Olympic Tokyo Games. Go Team Canada!